Hey there guys, in this video I'm answering one of your questions and we're going to be talking about physical body, disease and everything that comes with that. So this person who asked this question has asked to remain anonymous, and so in honour I am going to do so. However, I will post the question just around this video, probably over in this corner, so that you can see what it is that I'm reading at the same time. So the question is, I would be grateful to receive any insight about my physical body. I have been diagnosed with hypothyroidism since early and still undergoing treatment for that. It's been very challenging for me. I have left a job that no longer serves me. I am having to release fears, anxiety from the past. I am going through a transition phase. I trust that I will be okay. God, Mother Gaia, my angels and guides all supporting and guiding me through this. But there are moments that I get really discouraged because of my symptoms and the way that this has affected my life. And I've scheduled a trip for which I hope will help me heal and relax. So the question is kind of how to navigate this and how to potentially find the solution for this problem. And so the first thing that I want to bring your attention to in this video is that there are three main elements to our physical body, and to disease and to ease of the physical body. And that comes to our mind, our physical body itself, and the spirit that is within the mind, or the depths of the mind, that then encompasses the whole body and everything that we are around. And it's very, very important to look at all three of these things. So the first disclaimer is I'm not a doctor. You know, this advice, take it or leave it, not saying it's absolute fact. See what resonates for you. The first element to look into this is really what everybody would go down to, and that is the physical body. Oh my goodness, there's something wrong with my physical body, there's something wrong with me. What can I do? You know, go and get medication, go to the doctor, get a diagnosis, figure out what's wrong. And that's important to do because at least then you know what you're dealing with. Okay, you know what you're dealing with, you know what you're working with. But it's also important to understand that if there's something wrong, in quotes, with your physical body, then it's important for you to understand and important for you to look at all of the elements. Now we're talking about nutrition. Now your body is a cosmically complicated, magnificent, wonderful, marvelous entity of which is designed to work at maximum efficiency. But in order to do so, whilst we're in the three-dimensional world, whilst we're eating foods and going about our daily life, it is important to give our body exactly what it is that it needs. Now, this comes to water, it comes to food, and it comes to the state of which you inhabit your body with. So when it's water, the question is, are you drinking tap water? Look, take this as you will. All you have to do is get a distiller. All you have to do is find people who are doing waterworks and ask them to show you the pipes that the water is running through. It's vile. And everything that is vile in those pipes is what's going in your water. What kind of water are you drinking? Number two, what kind of food are you eating? Are you eating conventional farming food that's sprayed with pesticides, insecticides and all this other stuff? Are you eating organic, or as organic as you can do? Are you eating healthy? Are you eating the right foods? Are you eating alkaline foods? Okay, now I'm a vegetarian. I do have eggs at times, but not all the time, very rarely. I do have honey, so part and parcel, that pretty much makes me vegan, apart from those things. I have oat milks and things like that, and the ones without gums. So what kind of foods are you eating? And this is important because every single part of your food, and this might sound overwhelming, but look, I'm not telling you to instantaneously do all of this straight away, but this is about observing your life, okay? This is about observing your life, and this is about observing the body, observing the mind, and observing the spirit within, the trio, okay? The Holy Trinity if you're religious, I can never pronounce it, the Tregester if it's Celtic. Forgive me if I butchered that, but this is about observing the three, okay? This is about observing the three. So are you having pure, clean water? If you can't get it around you, have you got a distiller where you're remineralizing it with Celtic sea salt? Okay? Are you eating organic foods? Are you eating healthy foods? Are you eating foods that nourish you and bring you up, literally, physically? Give your body what it needs so that everything can function? Because hypothyroidism, just making sure I pronounce that right. Hyperthyroidism, again, is about our hormones. It's about producing the proper balance of hormones, and in order for the body to do that, so hyperthyroidism is about your hormones. So in order for them to be balanced, you have to be balancing what you're eating. You have to be balanced, and not just has to talk about having your 5 a day, but balancing the quality of food and water and nutrients that you're putting within your body. Okay, because it's not always easy to get really good organic food, but if you can get close, you're doing good. You're doing good. This is not about, until we're all living in forest gardens, this is not about it being absolutely perfect, but at least doing what you can. And certainly eating conventional foods, or should I say, getting rid of conventional farming foods and vegetables is a great, excellent start. Okay, so this is the food. Next thing is the exercise, the physical body exercise. Are you doing exercise? You know, and I'm not just answering the question because they've added some more, but I'm sharing this with everybody. Are you doing exercise? Exercise isn't an optional thing of life, it's an absolute. You have to. Okay, and this is why everybody who dies, you know, of crippling old age, everybody who experiences crippling old age, should I say, not dies, but everybody who experiences crippling old age is doing no exercise. And I'm not just talking about walking with one kid, I'm talking about doing functional stretching, functional exercising, functional training, no matter what age you are. Whether you're 90, 95, 110, whatever age you are, functional exercise is vital. It's vital because it's in a component of your physical body. It's a component of you and who you are. So that's imperative. Number 3 with the physical body is your state of being. Are you allowing anxiety to be your present state? Are you allowing anger? Are you allowing frustration? Are you allowing fear? Are you allowing all of these lower vibrational emotions, which very much, it's not just a mind thing. You know, I think a lot of people, they think that emotions are just a mind thing or just, oh, I swear. It's a full physical body thing, okay? Don't believe me. Look at the fight or flight response. It's full physical body. You experience fear, your body releases adrenaline, you now have an option as to whether you fight or run away. It's physical body. It's not just emotion, it's not just mind, it's literally chemical. So if you're existing in a state of oppression, suppression, fear, anxiety, concern, or whatever it is, if you're existing in that on a daily basis, it's going to affect the balance of your body. And so this individual, and I quote 2 fantastic things that this person has mentioned, is that they're going on a little retreat or a little getaway where they can finally relax and heal. Fantastic. Excellent, excellent choice to do. And the other thing was leaving a job that no longer serves you. And something I picked up in there is, and you know, that person privately can correct me if I'm wrong, but in that job, did you feel suppressed? Were you bullied? Was there things that you couldn't say? Was there things you didn't feel that you could talk about? Because if that's the case, leaving the job is an absolutely fantastic step and almost an imperative step, I would say. But leaving the job is very important because that will then give you the opportunity for your body to start coming back into balance. Okay, so I'll try and put these somewhere over on this video, these little lists. But the next thing is the mind. And as you'll notice, as we're discussing in this video, the mind very much comes into the physical body, it comes into the spirit as well. The mind is that bridge between spirit and your physical body. So if you're letting your thoughts run away, or you're at least not having the time to sit with your thoughts and see, you know, how they make you feel and what the thoughts are and the contents of your thoughts, then this will affect your physical body, and it'll also affect you spiritually and in your mindset and your mind state as well. Okay, and again, this individual who has sent this message in has sent me a second message where they say they're doing lots of things with mindfulness and meditation, and that's all fantastic. All things I would highly, 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 highly recommend. So fantastic work and great job doing that. But again, this is very important because once you start to really sit with and understand these things, it is actually really easy to start to walk through life in a different manner. It's very easy to start to overcome disease. And some people might find that a very intense statement, but it really is. You know, if you look at a lot of diseases, they're orientated in somewhere in the body. And something that I found was very, very interesting, I'd like to read this out to you guys now, is the definition of hyperthyroidism. So hyperthyroidism, also known as an overactive thyroid or thyroxetosis, is a condition where the thyroid gland produces too many thyroid hormones. The thyroid is a small butterfly-shaped gland in the neck that produces hormones that control many of the body's most important functions, including heart rate, breathing, weight, digestion, and moods. Butterfly-shaped organ. Now, some of you can take this as you will, but as I talk in many of my videos, nature very much reflects itself in our physical body and in our life. A butterfly-shaped organ. This place right here, whether you're talking about the throat chakra, whether you're talking about your voice box, whether you're talking about your ability to express, your ability to talk, your ability to speak, okay? It's very much connected with the expression of the self. So whatever you perceive yourself to be, or should I say, whoever you perceive yourself to be, is intrinsically connected with this area right here. And the fact that the thyroid is a butterfly-shaped organ within the physical body very much speaks to me of transformation. It speaks to me of being able to be one version of yourself 1 minute and then going through this chrysalis period, which this individual is saying, where they are, going on a retreat, they've left the job, they're working things out. Right? They're working things out, and to this person, trust, you're doing great. You're doing really good, and you should be proud of yourself. Yes, some of the symptoms of this experience may be unpleasant, but stick with it, okay? Do some of the things I mentioned and observe your diet, observe your mental state, your thoughts, and just stick with it, okay? This will pass. Okay, I guarantee you this will pass. And this person hasn't said how old they are, but the butterfly is also connected with going from one state to the other. And especially in females, this can symbolize this transition from one state of life to another state of life. Perhaps going from the maiden to the crone, perhaps going from the young woman into the mature woman. And I don't know how you feel about that. It's not, I don't live in these ideas of those being derogatory, because this is an important part of life. Becoming like I said to you, being 110, 115, you can still be a young woman. This is not to get this mixed up. You can still have really fantastic physical body ableness. You can be wise of mind, you can be alert of mind. This is not about age being a factor, but there are seasons of life. Okay, there are seasons of life, and this is connecting into the spiritual element. The spiritual, the mind, the physical body, the true self, the soul, the mind, the physical body. Okay, so if you are doing all these things of self-reflection, if you're doing all these things, then fantastic. But the butterfly-shaped organ, okay, going from the caterpillar into the butterfly, going from one season to the other, going from one state of being to another state of being. And this is really powerful. This is really powerful. So hyperthyroidism, maybe it's something else. And again, I'm not a doctor, you'll have to make up your own mind for people, and a huge disclaimer, I know how these things work, but this is something to really think about. Spirit, mind, body.Maybe you're not so much going through something that's a statement of suffering, but you're going through something to understand. And again, one of the things that I always go down the path of, because this is a huge part of my life, if you can actually reverse the adverse symptoms of this condition, this experience that you're having, how many other women and men on this planet are going through the same thing? So this really is like everything in our life is a choice as to how we perceive it. Everything in our life is a choice as to how we perceive it. We can either perceive it as a statement of suffering, which I'm not saying the individual who asked this question is, so just a disclaimer. I'm not saying that you're saying that this is what you're experiencing, but we can take it from one experience of what might seem disempowerment because we don't feel like we can do anything about it, into a state of empowerment because we've understood it, we've figured it out, we've gone through the process of elimination, we've gone through the process of self-discovery, self-analysis, self-questioning. We've figured out all of these little important elements, because physical life, many people live it in a very toxic manner. Many people live in a very toxic manner. Life is not supposed to be like that. We're supposed to have clean, pristine water, clean, organic, healthy, nutritious, highly vibrant, highly energized, highly supreme foods. And we're supposed to be in environments, home environments, where we're relaxed, comfortable, we feel good, around loving people, around nurturing people, around people who are people of love, people of compassion, people of substance, of character. Not people who bully or abuse or criticize or condemn, or which usually comes from a place of a lack of love. So again, everybody's in the same boat in many cases. Everyone's in the same boat, everyone's figuring it out, everyone's going on a journey of returning to love. But this experience you're having, By the way, so just to say, person who asked this question, seems like you're doing a lot of the right things. Keep exploring, okay? Keep exploring. Because one thing I will say, and I'm going to say this as loosely as possible, a lot of the conventional methods of healing, read between the lines, a lot of the conventional methods of healing add poison to the body. A lot of the conventional methods of healing add poison to the body. Convention, that's a subjective term. Make up your own mind what you think of that. A lot of those things add poison to the body. They are not natural. They're derived from natural premises, but they're not natural. And this out here has provided you with everything you need to heal everything, everything you need to nurture everything, everything you need to have all your faculties, mind, spirit, body, all of it. It's designed to give you all of your faculties, mind, spirit, body. There is nothing that doesn't exist in nature that will not give you exactly what it is that you need to live life 110%. To live life 100%. To live life with passion, with health, with joy, with abundance, with clarity, with feeling, okay? It's all out there. Now finally, last part of this video, the last element to this, spirit and mind. You have to be the health. And I will quote this individual here. One thing that said was amazing. I trust that I will be okay. That trust is fantastic, but I will is future tense. I trust that I will be okay is future tense. I'd like you to adjust that, or I'd like to suggest you adjust that sentence to you trust that you are okay. Trust, and I apologize if you'll say that actually, well, yes, I did mean that, James. I meant that I feel that I am okay right now, because the I am is important, and it is very important. The I am is your imagination, it is God, it is your subconscious, it is your true self, it is everything. The I am is important, it is. I haven't talked about that in my videos, but I've also come to resonate very deeply with this. The I am is everything that you are. So not that you will be okay, but you are okay. Feel that. Even if you feel the symptoms of the condition, even if you feel the symptoms of the dis-ease, not the disease is in, but the dis-ease. If you feel the condition, the symptoms of that, don't worry, but sit, embody yourself. You are God. You are God in physical form. Maybe that's, maybe that's confirmation. You are God in physical form, you are God embodied in your present moment. Be what it is that you are, okay? Be what it is that you are. And I'm not saying to completely disregard all of the little things of the nutrition, the health, because that's fantastic, do that. But there is a famous saying that you could have the most unhealthy person in the world, and if they believe that they are of absolute optimum, premium, high quality health, they will be. And you'll be sat there scratching your head on how somebody can be an absolute chain smoker, 50 cigarettes a day at the age of 95 and not have lung cancer and not have died yet, because it's what they believe. It's what they know, not what they believe. It's what they know. If they know they're at premium health, they will be. Okay? So do all of these little things of life, because that really brings a purity, a clarity, a purity, a joy, an essence of life to your existence. But up here, it has to be up here. You can't just think that you will be okay, you have to be okay, because this is what you are. You are all that is. You are God, the universe, the creator, all that is. You are everything. And so when you are everything up here, when you are what you are up here, it must express itself in your life. And it might take a little bit of time. And you might notice that it actually is just the journey of you are the pure health right now up here. And in 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, you sit there and you wake up one day and you're like, oh my goodness, I feel fantastic. I feel so good. I have no symptoms. I slept great. I feel energized, and I feel like life is just there for me. Okay? You might find that that's what happens, but go with the journey. But you have to have that knowing in here, and you have to then trust that. You see, faith is not a religious element. Faith is the terminology of knowing. It's the terminology of being. Okay? Faith is a terminology of being, and then allowing time to bring it to you. Okay? Faith is the terminology of knowing and being, and then allowing time to bring it to you. Write that down. Faith is the terminology of time. It's the terminology of knowing and being, and then allowing that to bring it to you. Go back to the first sentence. It was said much better. Okay? So, this is it. Body, mind, spirit. What can you do with all of these elements? Okay? Remember, holding on to resentment, anger, you were bullied, you weren't said. Listen to that. Observe that. Okay? Change it. Change it. Okay? Change this. Know that you are what you are. That's it. Know that you are what you are. Simple as that. Know that you are what you are. I hope this video helped. I hope it helped the person who asked the question. Again, thank you so much for asking the question. Very much appreciated. And I hope it helped anybody else who's also going through a similar experience with dis-ease or anything along those lines. So share this video, share it with your friends and family, pop it out there, drop a comment down below, ask your questions. If you have any questions, ask them. If you enjoyed this video, if it resonated with you, if it gave you something that you felt was really good, fantastic. And if you'd like to have your question answered, feel free to pop them down below, and this is something I would very much like to do more often. It's my way of helping you without you having to pay for coaching or anything like that. We should be able to help each other no matter what, and I believe in that firmly. So my deepest love to you guys, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.